Part 1. The First Meeting. The small town of Willow Bend was known for only three things: its quiet streets, its slow river, and the way sunsets painted the sky orange every evening. It was there, on one of those evenings, that Eleanor Hayes first saw Michael Turner. Eleanor had come to the riverbank to clear her mind. She was a young woman in her 20s, thoughtful, quietly ambitious, and known for carrying a notebook everywhere. Michael was the opposite: confident, spontaneous, and always arriving somewhere on his bicycle, as if the wind itself pushed him forward. She noticed him struggling to capture the sunset with his old film camera. "You know," she said softly, "the trick is not to chase the light. You wait for it to come to you." Michael turned, surprised. Most people in town barely noticed his photography. "And what if it never comes?" he asked. She smiled. "Then you make your own light." It was only a simple exchange, but something in their voices shifted, like two strings that suddenly vibrated at the same frequency. They spent the rest of the evening walking along the river, talking about everything: books, cities they dreamed of, and why some people fear quiet moments. When they said goodbye, neither knew how deeply the other had entered their life. Part 2. Love that grew in silence. Days turned into weeks. Their meetings became a rhythm life could not interrupt. Eleanor would sit with her notebook. Michael would photograph the world. Sometimes they didn't talk at all. They just existed in the same space, and that was enough. Everyone in town began to notice. Old women whispered, "That's real love. You can see it in how they listen to each other." Even children would giggle when they saw the pair riding Michael's bicycle. Eleanor sitting sideways on the front, holding his shoulder to keep steady. But love, even gentle love, is tested. Michael received an offer from an art institute in Chicago, something he had dreamed of for years. The opportunity would change his life, but it would also take him far away from Willow Bend and from Eleanor. When he told her, she didn't cry. She simply looked at the river, as if trying to understand how far it traveled. "You should go," Eleanor finally said. "Are you sure?" he asked, searching her face. "If you don't go, you'll resent me," she whispered. "And I can't be the reason you shrink your dreams." Her voice didn't break, but her heart did. Michael promised he would return. Eleanor promised she would wait. They kissed under the old willow tree, a kiss full of fear, devotion, and hope tangled together. Part 3. When the river turns back. A year passed. Michael sent letters, beautiful ones, describing the city lights, the people he met, the exhibitions he dreamed of holding. Eleanor wrote back, small notes, quiet and heartfelt. But as months turned into seasons, the letters slowed. Michael's world was expanding. Eleanor's remained small. One cold winter morning, she received his letter. "I don't know if I'm becoming someone new, someone you won't recognize anymore." She pressed the paper to her chest, trying to breathe. Weeks later, the final letter arrived. "I think our story was beautiful because it happened at the right moment, but maybe it wasn't meant to last." She didn't reply. There were no words left to send. The river kept flowing. Years passed. Eleanor became a writer, her books filled with quiet observations and gentle heartbreak. Michael became a celebrated photographer, his work capturing the beauty of impermanence. But one spring morning, after nearly 7 years, Michael returned to Willow Bend, not because he was famous, not because he had changed, but because every place he visited felt empty compared to the small town where a girl once told him to make his own light. He found Eleanor at the riverbank, older, wiser, still holding a notebook. "You came back," she said, not turning, as if she had known all along. "I finally realized something," he replied softly. "All the light I was chasing, it was here." For a moment, nothing moved. Not the wind, not the water, not time itself. Eleanor finally looked at him. "Are you here to stay, Michael?" "I'm here," he whispered, "for as long as you'll have me." She closed her notebook, stood up, and took his hand, not with the excitement of young love, but with the quiet certainty of people who had finally grown into each other. The river turned gently, flowing toward its unknown future, and so did they, together.